I hope I'm not shocking nobody when I say this, but the state of game journalism is embarrassingly bad and has been for the longest time. But thankfully, more and more people are starting to point that out. So many times over the years, I've seen people start to denounce websites like IGN, Polygon, or Kotaku for their nonsensical ass reviews, sensationalized articles, and their general reluctance to improve or take any semblance of criticism. Now, any normal functioning human being would see the majority of people you're trying to cater to just tearing your entire company a new one, calling it out on bad practices and a lack of quality control and go, maybe we need to switch something up here. But these gaming outlets look at all the ire they've built up over the years and decide, you know what, let's just rock with it, bro, because nothing gets your website more clicks than abusing search engine optimization and some sensationalized journalism. Am I right, fellas? And normally, I wouldn't really care, you know what I mean? I don't really got no type of time to go patrolling gaming news websites just to find shit to get mad at. But now with Shin Megami Tensei V close to dropping, these reviews been reminding people just how bad shit can really get. And now obviously, as somebody who's been playing most of the SMT and Persona games by now, I don't really look to no IGN review to tell me if I like this game or not. If anything, I'd just rather play the damn thing myself and come to my own conclusions. But what about a consumer who don't know no better? Somebody who hasn't played all the games in the series and is looking to see if SMT V is a good place to start. This is where I start to think game journalism goes from obnoxious to harmful, when in some of these terrible ass reviews for SMT V, the issues these writers have with the game is that it's not like Persona 5.
Shin Megami Tensei V feels like the edgier, less sociable younger brother of Persona 5. Persona 5, Persona...
It has a little something for everyone.
I never thought I'd have to say this to somebody whose job it is to professionally review video games, but that's not how you review video games, dog. Like, most of the language in these bad reviews act as if the writer came into the game with no knowledge of Atlus outside of Persona and are upset that this entry in an entirely different game series didn't give them the same exact experience as Persona 5.
What?
Like, I understand the need for comparison because I don't doubt that a lot of people who want to try out SMT V are coming from that same perspective of playing the Persona games and wanting to give this game a shot. But there is a distinct ass difference between using Persona 5 as a metric to help people understand the differences from one game to another, and saying aspects of SMT V are bad because it's not exactly like Persona 5.
I just couldn't shake the feeling that this was Persona without the heart. Without the unforgettable companion characters, the potent personal story, the incredible soundtrack, and the jaw-dropping twists.
And I'm not gonna act like the way I criticize games is perfect either, but even in my videos shitting all over the Persona games, you'll never once see me say that the games are bad because it's not like an SMT game. Because they're not the same, and I understand that. I think it's more important to criticize a game based on what it is instead of whining about what it's not. These people want to act like the comparisons are unavoidable and say dumb shit like Persona was itself a spin-off designed to capitalize on the popularity of its forebear, taking it in a compelling new direction that wasn't obsessed with lofty religious themes or a miserable depiction of the apocalypse. In the same damn article where they say that it grew out SMT's legacy and became its own thing, while maintaining an eternal attachment to the mechanics and themes that Shin Megami Tensei helped introduce so many decades ago. Please pick one, bruh. Is it a compelling new direction or is it eternally attached to SMT's mechanics and themes? Like, I do not understand. This is something I've been seeing a lot, so let me clear some shit up real quick. Yes, Persona is a spin-off of the Shin Megami Tensei series, but the similarities don't really go beyond superficial shit. Persona has never had the Shin Megami Tensei name in Japan. It was just something added onto the games in the West because SMT Nocturne did so well when it dropped over here. Atlus USA must have thought it was needed to push sales or something. I don't know. I was 5 when Nocturne came out. But the point is, you can't go into an SMT game expecting it to be like Persona. Even if they were in the same series, they're so clearly thematically and tonally different. You'd have to be willingly ignorant to think they're at all comparable after playing for like 10 minutes. Persona is a series that focuses more on its characters by hammering every plot beat, story detail, character trait, and backstory in your head like you're a child with some short-term memory loss. They don't really incentivize exploring or talking to NPCs or fleshing out its world. Whereas the SMT games almost focus entirely on its world, and as that changes and evolves, the characters evolve along with it. You should be exploring as much as possible, you should be talking to NPCs, you should be doing them side quests. fundamentally they're different, and expect one to be like another is some real critically dysfunctional shit and really telling of a person's inability to judge games on their own merits. But to be fair, you would never really know that unless you did something like like a short-ass Google search or like 5 minutes of basic research to make sure you know what the fuck you're talking about. And I guess that's a little too much to ask from somebody whose job it is to play and review video games. Damn. It's because these reviewers been saying dumbass shit like this and making these eyeball nonsensical comparisons that people have been calling them out on it. As they should. If a reviewer is criticizing a game because it don't meet their skewed ass expectations and not because it genuinely falls short in places, then the reader should let them know. Except now when you do that, it's immediately villainized and considered elitism for telling somebody they misjudged a game because
I don't know.
And what really makes me laugh the most is that the person who made this tweet opened their review with some bitter ass tangent about how SMT fans are salty that Persona is the more popular franchise. It's such a bad fucking look to start your professional review of a video game off by demonizing the primary audience of the game you're trying to review right off the cuff. Like, who would want to play a game in any series if you describe the people who play the games as these tribalistic unga bunga fucking creatures who tear people apart for having slightly differing opinions and interests? And from the perspective of a fan of the SMT series, articles like this just create environments where you either approach reviewers in a positive way or you're labeled as this salty, bitter, angry person who's just mad that Persona is more popular because, you know, that's the only conceivable reason why anyone would ever have a problem with these dog shit ass reviews. Am I right, boys? Man, even if I was the biggest Persona fan in the world, these reviews still wouldn't tell me nothing worth of value. This shit is obnoxious because for the longest time, people have been around with this idea that SMT fans just start seething on some feral flight or fight type shit whenever people bring up Persona in a discussion about SMT. And these reviewers are no different. And like, nah, dog, it don't work like that. All right, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret, but you gotta promise to like keep this shit between us, okay? All right, cool. So like, you can dislike something or have problems with something that somebody said without being mad at it. It's perfectly fine for people to call out gaming journalists for making their reviews on SMT V a big comparison to Persona instead of an actual review that judges the game on its own merits. Imagine if the review for Persona 5 Royal took points off because the difficulty is non-existent and games like SMT 4 back in 2013 actually had hard bosses, or because in comparison to SMT Nocturne the game's world isn't as fleshed out. Instead of just acknowledging that the way they went about approaching a game like this was misguided and honestly unfair to expect one series to act completely like the other, these people decide to double down in some of the worst ways possible, acting as if people's only issue was the mention of Persona 5 in a review for a game completely unrelated is such a weird ass take, bruh, and like completely avoidant of the obvious issue that I'm 100% sure they know is an issue. People want to act like the fans are keeping people from trying out the SMT series, but I'd probably say these bum-ass reviews and their dogshit comparisons and overblown statements are turning people off from the series infinitely more than any non-existent elitism ever will. Building this narrative that SMT and Persona are inherently linked and that because this game ain't Persona 5, people won't enjoy it, sounds like a condemnation of the game more than anything else. But it's okay though, because IGN gave the game an 8 out of 10, so we all good. Ignore that they called the writing bad, the story convoluted, the combat crushingly difficult to the point where it'll turn people away.
It is a little something for everyone.
But low-key though, beyond these dog shit ass reviews, what I think is just as bad is the way folks have been responding to all this. Like I said before, people have been doing their thing and disliking the video review, which is great. But it's going a little beyond that when you see some of these dumbass motherfuckers saying the wildest shit in response to it. Like, I'm down to clown on IGN too, but don't act like every review is as bad as the 2 or 3 awful ones that have been getting all the attention recently. Some sites made sure that for their reviews, they got people who actually knew what the fuck they were talking about to take care of business, and for that, I gotta show them a little respect because they deserve it. Outside of that, it really feels like the majority of people hating on the bad reviews don't even see the issue outside of the mention of Persona 5, saying some stupid shit to blindly defend this game that they haven't even gotten their hands on yet. Like, fellas, you are literally proving that point by not calling out the actual issues with the review, choosing only to get mad that they brought up Persona. Why not talk about the fact that most of these reviewers blatantly ignore mechanics in a game to find shit to complain about? Or even the fact that they just straight up get shit wrong? Like shit that you would know just by watching the trailers for the game. Well, I feel like folks got their hearts in the right place speaking out on some of these reviews. They're kinda missing the forest for the trees on this one, you feel me? Call out the misinformation. Don't just start whining that game journals are doing their game journal shit again, because trust me, the Persona comparisons don't even begin to cover everything wrong with what some of these bums are saying.
I've been in fandoms since I was a kid. I know there's always that small, like, toxic minority of people that, I don't know, the adults in their life failed them at some point, and so they think it's appropriate to throw like a full-on toddler temper tantrum because somebody disagreed with them about a video game on the internet. Memes are fine. Personal attacks, not so much.
And I gotta stress that all this is coming from the perspective of somebody who don't even care about the game all too much. Being real, my hype kinda died out for it years ago. And even still, I wanna see reviewers and fans just shut the fuck up if they don't know what they're talking about, you feel me? Just play the game, come to your own conclusions, and please, do some basic ass research, dog. It's not even that hard to look up.